Ugh. Hello, how are we? Chat, micro, all the other people that have decided this is the best place to spend their Sunday night. My dream for this channel is one day that nobody turns up. That's how I know I've rehabilitated all of you. You all have gotten lives and girlfriends, and you won't tune into your old pal Penumbral talking about Vtuber news for the 57th fucking time. It'd be great. Good week. Okay, it's probably about the most mid-week we've had in a while. There were some good things, there were some bad things, and it all kind of evened out to like a eh. Also, yeah, in case you guys missed the Twitch stream, there's some new membership badges. Anything new? Well, that is kind of the point of the stream, you know. Let me just. What am I doing? For once, I'm the late one. Yeah, I'm on time. Get fucked. Where am I? Here we are. No. Yes. We're listening to Zelda BGM because why not? This one. And sploosh. My model isn't here because it broke last time, I remember. Yeah, if you say I'm late, apparently Michael banned you. Oh, the Stream Elements bot is celebrating Pride Month. It's all rainbow. Good job. Board started an AI chat with the Zen AI, and the first thing, excuse me of roughing up my dog. Oof. Typical Zen moment. Oh. So, how have you guys been? How's your week been? I don't see you guys for most of the week. We played Jackbox on Twitch yesterday, but other than that, I don't see most of you. I worry you've been hit by a bus or something. Good. Yeah, it's like the new badges. It was either this or try and make like the other pixel art ones I had before. Calling it pixel art is a bit fucking full of myself. It was literally like a white circle. But Jackbox was really fun. It was very cringe as well. Here do you know. So, this week we have... What do we have this week? We have more news. God. One day I'm just going to go live and, like, there'll be... Nothing will have happened. It's just like, fuck all happened, man. They were still VTubers. Have you guys been watching any cool VTubers this week? Mouse started her subathon, and I don't know if you guys saw, Ellie is doing like a 15-hour fucking Zelda stream because Zelda is like crack to VTubers or some shit, man. I don't get it. It's like Lopi, Elia, fucking. If you're a VTuber, Zelda is apparently like your Walter White's goddamn meth. So the VTuber scammer. I guess. What do we want to start with? War crime. Is Ellie? I feel like Ellie is like the least likely to commit a war crime out of like most of the VTubers. Ember's playing Faster Than Light, isn't she, right now? It's a good fucking game. Let us begin with I feel like I'm forgetting something. The Korok oh, I guess in Zelda everyone's a war criminal though. What I feel like I'm forgetting something. Am I? Probably not. Let us start with the. Alright, we'll start with FIlian, which is a bit funny, and then we'll do the scammer. Because that's also, it's not really funny, but it's like kind of funny that it was literally just the entire VTuber community like beating the shit out of one guy. It's kind of funny. So, if you aren't aware, the Twitch CEO, who, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know. I'm pretty sure he changed recently, like they had a swap over, this is the new guy. So, and here we go. Get me a clip. Clips are important. So, oh yeah, timestamp. Thank you, Marsh. Let me just, I'll turn this on and complete. What time is it? 7:30. You definitely can't hear it. It's so fucking quiet. Just lip read, forehead. Lip read a VTuber. That is like end game lip reading skill. If you can lip read a VTuber, good, like
and I'm not
you win. But yeah, it was kind of wild. She asked them some pretty fucking like actually like spot on questions, which is pretty cool. And then she also like started punching him, which was also pretty funny.
It can happen in real life because I'm
Hey Fury, how you going?
Like you can punch me in the face right.
One day a VTuber plays Old World Blues in New Vegas, talking about penis. Isn't that's from Jasper Jones as well?
Wait. Are you sure?
No, it doesn't depend on how cracked the rigger was, because if you've seen a VTuber, look at me. I have like 3 mouth positions, right? You cannot lip read this shit. I could be saying anything. I could be saying nothing. I could be going. And you wouldn't be able to fucking tell the difference.
Yeah, you can do it. I don't mind. Fight me.
Right,
you wouldn't.
What the heck?
It's like trying to read an anime character's lips. Oh, yeah, she got fucked.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Thank you, good sir.
FIlian,
this
hold on,
has been
hold
a
on,
really
hold on.
interesting
FIlian,
experience.
Somebody get in there. Somebody get in there, FIlian.
She died.
Uh-oh. I didn't
But
mean
she
to
lived.
so hard. FIlian, I'm sorry.
Twitch CEO hits women. Based. Don't quote me on that. So, yeah, Lily's some tracking is way better than others. Like some people have like amazing tracking. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. I mean, from what I know, the guy's been going around to a bunch of different streamers and like trying to get himself known. He is different from the. They recently changed, and I think this new guy's a bit more proactive in terms of actually being. Well, let me put it this way: I've seen this guy now. I don't think I ever once saw the previous Twitch CEO. I still don't know what the fucking name was. But yeah, so I think FIlian also hit like 600k on Twitch. Only like 20%. Yeah, it isn't just tracking. Some people are like really good at like emoting and like acting and like, wow, like you should see how like when you look at like really like I was gonna say old, but like experienced VTubers, the way they use their model and like emote with it and like make it do cool things as they're talking is pretty interesting. Also remembering to like hit their toggles. I never remember to hit all my toggles. That's all my toggles at once. So, you know, people, I do, unfortunately. Against my will. So, she also hit 600k, and she also announced this thing. So I actually started using the bookmarks feature on Twitter this week, which is like, dang, look at me go. I'm like a professional. And now I can no longer find my bookmarks. Twitch, Twitter, come on, man. Don't cuck me like this. I can no longer see my bookmarks. Hello? I need to put it on the big screen. Hello? There they are. So here's all the bookmarks. So that means we can quickly flick back and forth between different things. But FIlian announced what feature you can bookmark tweets so it like keeps them all stored. I figured it'd be helpful. Yo, cool hot cold. Thank you for the membership, man. Welcome to the Penumbras. You can't leave. You are now cringe forever. Hey Teal, how you going? So yeah, FIlian announced a that's probably gonna get me copyright struck. Please don't, thank you. Basically because she's with Mythic Talent, they're apparently organizing a VTuber award show. But the other thing, we're not calling them pen pals. I'm not your friend. You're not my friends. The other ones, so in addition to FIlian announcing the VTuber award show, Taka also came out and announced that he's been working on a VTuber award show as well. And then he came out and talked about like the different categories he was going to have, and people were supportive. And then Mouse had a clip where she was talking about vshojo doing a VTuber award show as well. So we're going to get like 3 of them.
Penumbra, fuck you.
Girl DM's old models were so good, she can't use them anymore because the software they were made for is abandonware.
The face tracking still is the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, some VTuber models are just incredible. Or just some are pretty, but don't have as much mouth movement. I just want to point out, I did it first. Well, it was me. I mean, I did mine. I was going to make it into a video and then I didn't. And it was also very scuffed and not very pre-planned and had like 2 minutes of production value put into it. But I just want to say I still did it. I still had it. It was still me. I get to claim first dibs. How fucking long ago was it? How long ago was that stream, man? Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here it is. See? 5 months ago. Look at it. Yeah, no one was there. It was just me in chat. So it's not really... Look, I'm not saying it was good. I'm not saying it should have stuck around or that I put any effort into it. I'm just saying, man. I was a pioneer. I was limited by the technology of my time. This clip's not an award show. No. What did we do, actually? I can't even remember. Oh, look, it's old me. He's stuck in the second dimension. Get fucked, forehead. Of course I immediately jumped to the fucking unhinged shadow clip. I guess it was, but it was kind of like voting on VTuber clips. Still a VTuber award show. Shut up, Teal. Yeah, no, this was a while back. You're still 2D? Hey, look, I'm like 2.5D. I can go back and forth. I can exit the Z-axis a little bit. So yeah, I'm just saying. I was a pioneer of my time. Good old PNG number. I guess technically, it's like my second design. The first one was stick number, hang on. True visionary. I know, nobody respected me. They hated me when I spoke the truth. What was my first Let's not play the audio because God, look at this guy. Look at this fucking guy. This is the original. This is OG. Nobody, only real OGs remember stick number. Yo, Plain Sarah Jane, thank you for the follow, man. Not the follow, the membership. I've been on Twitch too much. Thank you for the membership. God, I've been on Twitch too much. I've completely forgotten how to YouTube stream. I remember this guy. I whipped this man together in like 5 minutes in Photoshop. No, there's a few people that were there back then. There's a few. I think Red Ghost was here. Red Ghost has been here a long time. Chris might have been. I think Chris might have been back then. Hey Payson, how you going? You know what, Fury, you're not wrong. He is actually better proportioned than current me. Actually, no, his body's so fucking thin. Anyway, yeah, we got off topic again. Who'd have thought? But yeah, so VTuber awards are coming. Fun. Good times. I don't know what I'd win. What would I win an award for? Biggest head? No, Shivi's got me beat on that. I can't even win for biggest head. We've talked about the new EN members. The trailer got delayed, unfortunately, for like a week. Best tier list VTuber. It's just me against myself. Good job. Don't say best small VTuber. I feel like you... when you say it like that, I feel like you're talking about something else, man. Don't say shortest. Just don't need to hear Lopi Kush out. Here, you can hear it again. Have fun.
Penumbra, fuck
There you go. I'm a magnanimous streamer. Most puntable VTuber. So yeah, that's happening. Oh, Lopi gets most caffeinated. I don't know. Best VTuber insulter. Okay. So yeah, that was that. That was kind of funny. Do not pat my head. My head is strictly for containing evil thoughts about VTubers and insults and bad memes. Alright? Don't fucking touch me. Don't touch me. You keep your fucking hands away from me. Your second award show will blow the other three. Bruh, I ain't got the fucks to give or the production value to make a decent award show. Fuck that. You will get scuff and you will like it. Sorry, I'm popping my fingers. Shall we move on to the main shit of today? The main big boy drama. We talked about this last time, but like all good VTuber drama, it's fucking touching my head. Get off of me. I'm tall. You probably couldn't reach my head IRL because you're all tiny. Oh, this is the best part about growing up, actually. Was my sisters couldn't fuck with me anymore because I was taller than them. Put on the hood. Oh, you're a fucking genius. Haha. I have a shield. I have a countermeasure. Michael, you can't be taller than me. You're French. Yeah, Niji's been pretty quiet lately. We haven't had a Niji L, which means we're probably building up to a massive Niji L. Where am I? What am I looking for? So I can't see my bookmarks when my window is minimized, so I have to bring it to the big screen. Apparently, I'm sorry, I spoiled the fucking football. Why does I don't care about football. I've never cared about football. Like, every time David Attenborough trends, by the way, I keep thinking he's dead and I get a mini heart attack. Why is T-Rex trending? Yeah, bookmarks. Where are we going? Okay. So, hey Cyril, how you going? Let us timestamp the big drama of the week. So, why shouldn't be? I don't know, but why? T-Rex is such a random fucking thing to be trending. The T-Rex is definitely dead. Yeah, the T-Rex is unfortunately passed away in its sleep. It's fine. Why was T-Rex was like the basic bitch favorite dinosaur? I can't even remember what mine was. I remember playing Dinosaur King when does anyone, okay, show of hands, does anyone fucking remember Dinosaur King, or did I dream that shit up? Is anyone, like, was that a fever dream? Does anyone else remember that? That was a fucking wild, that was a weird show. It was like a weird mix between like Pokemon and there was a DS game I played as well. It's like an old cartoon. Very like, oh my god, like look at this shit. Look at this, oh my god, look at the CG. Bruh. That does not mesh well at all. What the fuck is this? Oh my god, this is one of those moments where what you remember and what it actually was very different. Man's running on that Overlord CGI. I love this show. I don't know why. It was just cool fucking dinosaurs fighting. Anyway. On to the actual news, sorry. So, in case you aren't aware, Bao basically, I should probably go back to the first Bao tweet, and Bao's been tweeting a lot because she's at fucking Conquest. Need to find the original tweet. I didn't bookmark the original tweet because I should probably not be scrolling through Bao's Twitter live on stream. Knowing Bao, that's probably pretty dangerous. Hang on. Let me engage some protective measures. See if I can find the original tweet, because she made an original tweet calling him out, kind of, and then he immediately deleted his fucking Twitter. Which is a very bold, like... It's a very bold claim. Or a bold strat to just fucking immediately yeet your Twitter out of existence the moment you get called out. It's not a good look. Where the fuck? Where the fuck is this tweet? I cannot fucking find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. I found it. I'm a genius. I'm incredible. Yeah, False had his account backed up. Although you can find it on I think there's places you can go to find deleted shit. So Bao kind of came up with 10 quote-unquote stuck bank transfers. Later, I've received nothing. You promised we would be back and you weren't stringing me along. You kicked my staff out of all of your group chats and Tim tried to negotiate with you. You blocked my lawyer. Where's our money? This is like a fucking mafia movie. Where's the fucking money, Lebowski? So yeah, so she actually called it his name, and then this channel, this account immediately fucking bounced. I'm honestly shocked nobody's taken this just for the free like followers it would get. Like, if you'd taken that, you'd immediately rack up followers just because the fucking tweet. But blocking a lawyer is certainly a strategy. It's certainly a play. I don't know if it's the right play. Sort of like shooting at the police. I don't know if that's going to end well for you, buddy. But then yeah, so she talks about how he got her. I don't know if we didn't talk about this last time. I don't think we did. Wait, hang on. No, we couldn't have because it was the day after. But we kind of talked about it. Like, he had a lot of other people like working with him, and basically why she kind of ended up working with him and why it was a mistake and whatnot. However, that's not the big thing. So the big thing that happened was, where the fuck is it? This thing. Quote unquote, the response. God, it's so fucking bright. Ow, my eyes. Please stop, thank you. Dear God, man. Every time I open a Google Doc on this fucking channel. So, request edit access. Do it. Let me in, chief. Let me in. I'll make it back. I couldn't fucking make it worse. Okay, the first thing you need to know about this fucking Google Doc, right? It has so many goddamn spelling errors and grammatical mistakes. Like, dear God. I'm not sure if English is a second language. With a name like James, I don't think it is, but it might be. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But if it is, get someone to proofread this shit before you send it out into the internet to be read by 4.9 million people. Just a little bit of proofreading, my guy. Just, like run it over with a comb. Just fuck, plug it into Chat GPT. It can probably tell you where the spelling mistakes are. Yeah, James Wick, honestly, when I heard the name James Wick, I thought it was an alias. I thought maybe that wasn't his real name, because that is the most, generic name. It might be a second language, but, you could get... It's not that many words. So, he talks about deleting his Twitter handle when the dogpiling was en route. That's my own choice, but I did not bring down the defunct studio cell or any other Twitter handles where this response will say and be picked apart, but I am hitting it full on. See, again, it's just very clunky. I don't know. It's a very... Listen, that's not how I'd word it. This is my own choice, but I did not bring down the defunct studio cell or any other Twitter handles where this response will stay and be picked apart, but I am... You don't put a but there. You put a but after a full stop, and it's not even a lead on from the previous... Where's my red pen? Someone get me my red pen. I'm a fucking English teacher. You know what? We're not even going to pick apart the logic or the morality. I'm just going to sit here and fucking grade this shit like it's an English paper. So the first of three businesses now brought into the fold. This may be a two-parter. Studio Cell started as a passion project, large opening investment. Starting up is not easy. Blah 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 blah. Total we spent over 70,000 on arts, music, etc. Early on. Fair, whatever. Physics major, judging English grammar. I did well in English. Well, I did okay. It was actually my worst subject, but I still did okay. My language exam is tomorrow. This is supposed to be procrastination. If it's for English, English isn't too hard, honestly. It's just... English tests are really just a measurement of how well you can bullshit. Why are you just screaming Lopi in my chat? What? Oh yeah, no. Is she in English? I thought she was just studied, language in general. I don't know. There's a difference between studying language and studying English, I think. Not that I'd know what the fuck it is. Okay, also, when I saw that the convention he was talking about was named SourCon, I thought I was getting fucking D's nuts. Like, really? SourCon? You're one fucking letter off of SockOn? Come on. I don't know if that was the intentional joke, but when I first read it, I thought it was a meme. So yeah, this is with regards to Bao kind of talking that Bao calls him out for apparently he's a VTuber and whatnot. And he's running a convention and whatnot. I don't know why I said whatnot twice. Whatnot. So, he talks about the early bumps and headaches, and then 3 initial clients: Onigiri, Nemu, and GoDM, right? So, basically, Giri was $5,000 for, what was it? I think it was a lore video, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Communication on the delivery date was shit, clearly shit. You know what, Micro? He does kind of speak like you. I'm not gonna lie, he might be French. He does speak a lot like Micro. With the expected delivery date by the end of 2023, and the final being delivered March 2023 with even more corrections needed till May 20. Okay, so if you promise a delivery by February and you postpone to May, it's a bad look. Have 3 assets that have to be turned into starting BRB. Oh no, it was like a asset flip design kind of thing. Yeah, at least it doesn't sound like it was written by a lawyer, but it also doesn't sound like it was written by a competent person, you know? So... yeah, like, Nemu was a secondary project that began on October 25th, 2022, focused on debuting, not debuting. I don't think, is debuting even a word? The fuck does that mean? Like, being a deputy? Apparently it is. But yeah, so Christmas total 2,500. So basically, if you're not familiar with what is happening, right? Basically, James was the sort of manager of this studio, and the plan behind it was to basically get a bunch of artists and animators and musicians and shit all kind of in close contact with each other, so that the moment sort of a good comparison I think for the VTuber scene is like Iron Vertex, right? So like if you know about Iron Vertex, they have like 8, 9, whatever, you know, why can I not see this anymore? Oh my god. They have like, you know, 8 or 9 blacksmiths, right? And then whenever someone commissions them, they kind of outsource, or not outsource, but they like give the task to a certain, you know, combination of them. It's sort of like that. So basically, James was the studio, and all the artists and whatnot were just people he was like reaching out to fill slots to do a job. So he was responsible for it. The money seems to go through him, and he delegates the tasks to whoever. So, where are we? So the deadline being for spring, and a new director being brought in to help push it forward with complete storyboard rework. So it looks like Nemu kind of, hired and paid several storyboard and animators to begin this project. Did not meet the deadline. Reached out to Nemu to extend the deadline with an expansion on our behalf to compensate for the late run and give more lore to the initial plot. Yeah, I don't know what he worked on for DM. Being a smaller project to revamp notification. Oh no, it wasn't a video. So it was basically like a revamp of our streaming setup, I think. So the first thing that kind of, I don't know, stands out to me more than anything. So when you've had this much of a fuck up on your, like, so if you look up here, this began October 2022, right? It didn't end up getting delivered until May 2023 when it was meant to be delivered by February 2023. So while having this geary thing, they also took extra commissions from Saturday on November 2022. And then, I don't think they say when Giga was meant to come, but it was obviously, like, I think they just, yeah, so Hannah was February 2023. Vienna was February 2023. This was spring 2023. DM was the end of 2022. Deadline was spring 2023 for Nemu, and February 2023 for Giri. So they set the same fucking deadline, or very close deadlines, for like 5 projects at once when, from what it looks like, they hadn't done, like, they hadn't actually done a commission yet. So they had Connect TV beforehand. Like, so he had experience, right? But these are their 3 initial clients, right? These are the your 3 first clients. Surely if you're starting up like a new business, right? You have initial, you have an initial donation pool of whatever. Surely because it's not like you're paying. So one of the things he talks about is that it costs money to keep artists on sort of hold, right? So if you want to have artists like waiting to do work, you need to pay them because you're basically not letting them work on other shit. If you are running a company where you could feasibly drop a job in somebody's lap at, the drop of a hat, you need to pay them a certain amount to kind of make it worth their while. And I just feel like, surely if you have 3 projects going, the best thing to do is to get all the people together for those 3 projects, let all the other people go do their own stuff so you don't stop paying them that holding rate, and then you do those 3 projects, see how they work out the kinks, and then go next, right? Because it's not like you're paying an overhead, right? You're not keeping the lights on, you're basically running a commission service. You're connecting, people that want whatever, assets or videos to people that can make that stuff. You as a company don't have like an overhead cost outside of those artists you need to keep on hold. So like, I feel like the play is to get these 3 initial ones, get the people for them, work it all out, get them working on it, and then don't take any more clients, and then like don't keep any more like artists on hold. And then if something goes wrong, you can reach out to people and see who's available. She tweeted out a response being mentioned in this document. I don't think I've seen her like complain about it. So I don't know if she had like a good experience. I don't think that mentions any negative, I don't think it mentions any negative experiences with the DM, but I'm not entirely sure. See if I can find that. If anyone wants to link me that tweet, feel free. You're just assuming James is competent here. Well, I don't know. He has previous experience, right? He's done it before, and I'm just curious how the fuck he got this many this many high-profile clients without, she wasn't happy about me being mentioned, or she wasn't happy about her experience with him. She didn't want to get involved publicly, right? That makes sense. Hey, Blueberry, how you going? He didn't have experience in management, but yeah, but that's what Connect TV. What is it? My question is, how the fuck did he get this many people when he doesn't have any? If he's this shit at it, right? Because like Geary, DM, and Nemu, and then obviously once you have the initial 3, then people in their friendship group will go through them because word of mouth, right? I think it's because he's apparently part of an old Silverlink, from a Japanese animation company, but he's not the one doing the animating, so surely that's irrelevant. At that point you're basically hiring him. I don't know, this is weird. It kind of feels like the job he's doing here is the job a manager would do, right? If you had a manager as a VTuber, you just reach out to your manager, say I want this, and then they get in contact with people to commission it. Check DMs. Okay, thank you, Micro. Cheers. Oh, that took me straight to her homepage. Hang on. Okay, so she decided to include me even though I've been keeping things private. I was working with James from October 22 to work on animations assets for my 3rd anniversary. On April 13th, 2023, I was informed that everything was dropped. My anniversary was planned for May 7th. Jesus fuck. Yo, Slider, thank you for the membership, man. Sorry I can't stick around, but I hope you have a good stream. Yeah, well, we'll see. Some of this many clients must be capable, so it's most likely planned to be a scam rug pull. Otherwise, we can say his clients are just as incompetent. Well, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. and if he's operating under his actual legal name and he was using his previous employment as, you know, backup, I don't see how he gets away with it. You can't do that to people. I'm pretty sure it's like against a law somewhere that you can't just promise services and then not deliver it, especially as like an official like studio, as an official company. So that's fucking terrible, right? Like, if someone gives you a deadline at the end of 2022 and you don't tell them until April 2023 that you're just not doing it, like, remember if the anime studio was part of that talked about it? I can't remember the name, but I think False included it. It might have. See, we went through this. Sari began in November 2022 with a very rushed deadline that was conveyed by Sari. Studio cannot support a direct project. We outsourced and brought in animators that were third party. So this seems like, I'm not entirely sure. Like, so it seems like they had animators directly on their payroll, right? And then they also outsourced it to third parties when need be. He sounds like ESL. That's what I thought. That's why I said that at the beginning. Like maybe English isn't his first language, because he does speak weirdly sometimes. Yeah, well, it depends if he was operating under an actual business or just named himself one, right? Because I think different laws apply if you promise a service under a business. But even then, I'm pretty sure there are like laws where if you can prove that someone reasonably promised a good or service for a certain amount of money, you're like at least required to provide the service or provide the money back, right? You don't, so contracts are good for a lot of things. You do need contracts for a lot of things. However, I think in most countries, is you don't, like, a contract isn't the only way to bind someone in, like, into a deal, right? I'll see you later, Drino. Night night. Like, you know, a verbal agreement that can be proven, or a written agreement that's not necessarily a contract, can still be binding if I think a reasonable person would expect it to be. Yeah, so with shit like this where you've got like DMs from multiple people going back, even if a legit, like an actual contract wasn't signed, when you have the bank records and you have the like the Discord messages and shit from this many people, and you're operating under your legal name and you're using previous employment as sort of a basis for getting hired, I'm pretty sure this would still be illegal. You'd still be legally culpable. Just because you didn't sign anything doesn't mean you're not still beholden to your word, you know? So, to no fault of everyone, sorry I had conflict with the director of the piece. Storyboards were delayed. So, this is the wild thing to me. She herself became the art director and director of the project to ensure that the quality was being maintained. This included a okay, this is one where the wording is a bit ambiguous, right? Like, this included a personal investment offer of $8,000 to make sure to meet the, that's again weird English, to make sure to meet the expectation on behalf of the team involved, right? So, on behalf of the team involved, I assume like personal investment of $8,000 means Sari invested $8,000, right, to like help the team along. That's the way I'd interpret it. But then on behalf of the team involved, so was the team the personal investment, or was this a personal investment from James on behalf of the team involved? That's what it reads like. But then you said she herself became the art director, and then you said this included. So you're leading from this sentence into this sentence. She is the subject of this sentence, so you say this included implies that she made the personal investment. But then you say on behalf of the team involved implies you made the person. I don't know who paid $8,000 here, man. Be fucking clear. Like, if you're going to write a statement in response to allegations of being like a scammer, you should at least make your fucking defense clear. I don't know what you're saying here. I legit don't know if you mean that she invested $8,000 or you invested $8,000 on behalf of your own team. And that's an issue. She did. Her tweets clarify it. See, that's what it reads like, but then why would you say on behalf of the team involved? Also, if your fucking client has to invest more money to get the project off the ground, it's not a good look. It sounds to me that Sarah basically did all the stuff that James didn't do. Yeah, it basically sounds like Sarah effectively commissioned a bunch of people and was the director and made it all work, and then paid it out of her own pocket. In which case, the fuck was he doing? What was his job in all this? So like Giga, like DM has had a simpler project, involved updated graphics and changes to on-screen assets that totaled. Also, I'm not sure if he's like allowed to expose how much money they're paying for shit like this. I don't know. There's a thing later on where check DMs on Twitter. There's a thing later on where he 100% fucking leaks shit he shouldn't leak. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, VTuber commission contracts. Oh, this is a law link. Oh god. So you want to be an anime waifu husbando? I definitely do not. Unsubscribe. Disagree. Yeah, so it seems like Sari basically paid James to work on her own project. Sari basically did the job herself, but then still paid someone to do it for her. High chance of this being a very common rug pull. You can see from his doc he wrote that he's ESL. Did he say ESL? I did think that he might be ESL, but I wasn't 100% sure. Did he say second language? No. I don't see anything in here that claims he's like... Hang on, let me just look for English. Nope. I don't know if he is ESL, but... I mean, he writes like it sometimes, so... I'm not sure. But you can't, like, a rug pull doesn't work if you are using your legal name and are legally bound to the things you promised, right? The issue is that if it goes through the American fucking court system, it ends up not being worth it for anyone because everyone just ends up losing more money because the legal system is fucked. Wish that was me getting paid and letting the customer do the work himself. The problem is it's not sustainable, right? Like, it's not a sustainable business model. You lose all reputation and you'll never get work in the same field again. Which I guess doesn't matter if you're fucking scamming people out of 30 odd grand, 40 odd grand. So yeah, expected deadline was spring 2023, with no concrete deadline. Vienna was February 9th. See, they're just taking on... Right, here's the thing that pisses me off. Oh my god, I don't know if you heard my stomach there. I'm apparently hungry. My body's trying to tell me to eat. Like, he had so many deadlines for February 2023, right? Like, so many. All of these were February 2023. And he didn't meet a single fucking one of them, it looks like. It doesn't look like he actually met a single fucking deadline. And yet, in February 2023, he takes on another fucking client. He takes on 2 clients. Like... You know... What the fuck, man? So then there's Bao. So apparently this went through Connect TV, which was the previous one, I'm pretty sure. So he goes on to the big one, Bao, which is first time anyone was ever called Bao Big, I'm pretty sure. She's very small, I think, based on convention. I've been flicking through convention stories as per usual. Whenever there's a VTuber convention, it ends up being of just fucking amazing stories. So these first ones are like just giving the backstory. It's very typical, like they're talking to each other, establishing what the project is. Here's the big thing, right? The man just straight up links the fucking Google Doc. This has been changed, by the way. I'm pretty sure, because it wasn't changed initially because the person that made the link wasn't Bao. It was one of her staff people or her help, or I don't know what you call them. And they weren't awake, so she couldn't change it. This man just straight up leaked a Google Drive file with Bao's song. So fucking leaked Bao's song. Good on him. Good job, you. Congratulations, you did it. Fucking hell. So he says he didn't get the lyrics for a while. Can never get meeting allowed to progress forward when the expected delay from Jan 9 to 13th began, and all it pushed to get the foundations released this project moving forward in any direction rather keep people off work schedules. So that was that's what he was talking about, where you know, you have to pay people to not be working if you want to keep them on sort of the sidelines for you know, project work. Thank you, Erin. It's very nice of you to say. So it's just they're like arranging getting a meeting. It's another Google Drive leak of the lyrics, which is cool. Good job, you did it again. It's funny because later in the DMs, he censors his manager's name, or like a manager's name, whatever it was. No, it was a director. He censors the director's name, so he obviously thought about censoring and he just didn't care. So this is just them talking back. I'm not going to go through all the DMs. They send each other like pictures of... This is a good fucking video, by the way, Plain Jane. Good shit. They go through like establishing just the basis of what they want it to be animated like. This is all like normal commission shit, although it's all stuff that makes Bao look a little bit worse, and kind of, I assume it cuts out a lot of the shit. At least that's what Bao says. So Bao apparently bro, fucking Pepe with inverted colors is terrifying. Holy shit. Look at this man. He's fucking... Jesus. So, apparently she accidentally paid with the wrong account, and then they had to refund it. Typical stuff. The fucking thumbs up and shit. I love how it's the only way to read this and not get flashbanged, because it's in white and I don't want to have my entire screen be white and my eyes hurt. So I feel like he's showing this to try and kind of, I don't know, slam Bao and say that she was like unreliable or missing deadlines or missing meetings or whatnot. So they keep missing a meeting, which I'm just saying, like, looking at the timestamps, right? We're talking about a day, and then like she reschedules a few times, but when they're that late on the deadline, you know, a week or two is not the crux of the situation. So yeah, this whole situation is kind of shitty, I'm not gonna lie. They go through DMs a lot. The big thing is obviously the repeated fucking doxing of the... Not doxing, leaking of the links. And it's also hard to trust when people like just... When people leak DMs like this, where they just show cutout sections that are obviously picked to make one you know, end of one participant look really bad. It's not great. It doesn't... Because you don't know what you're missing, right? Because I will admit, like... Oh, thank you, Adobe. I will admit, the constant rescheduling and shit isn't great. It doesn't shed a... Like, it doesn't look great, but it's also hard to tell what has been left out, you know? So then they're still talking about lyrics and shit. I think this is like a month later. Yeah, so for all we know, James could have missed them as well. We don't know, because he's not going to show the ones he missed or whatever. She's talking about the bikini bottoms. I like that. I do like having to explain what the bikini bottoms are. It's a very funny idea. So this is where he censors the director's names. So Friday the 10th, they met with the director and they started actually getting like progress done. And then she had to go to the streamer awards. So yeah, it's hard to pass judgment when you're only seeing, you know, one, I guess, evidence, but constant rescheduling, I guess the issue becomes if you're a company like, you know, James, and you're keeping people off work, you're having to pay them to not be taking other clients and whatnot. if someone constantly reschedules and what, like, stuff like that, it can put a dent in your, I guess, in your profits. However, we know that he had, at this point, like, 6 other clients that were over deadline. I'm sure he could have reallocated the resources. Like, it's not like this was his only client and she was the only one he could be focusing on. He had like 6 other people who were all over deadline, or their deadlines were coming up. So again, it's just scrolling through other people's DMs is all weird. Hey FIlian, how you going? I don't know. Making sure the client is not stressed with meeting times previously sent. It's... So this was the final communication before disaster struck March 17, 2023. I'd been at war with... Okay, you don't need to overstate it, man. This is a Vtuber commission. You weren't at war, or you weren't in Nam. You weren't fucking in the trenches. Been at war with the Gear production team from Studio Cell and broken NDAs that caused massive client distrust with the Gear project. And he said, she said, wars that broke out due to company issues for Studio Cell and related projects. Great way to screenshot entire convos without leaving gaps that look sus. Include the last message of... Yeah, you can. Or you could just take one long message. Or you could scroll through it and take a video. Although I don't know if you can include video in Google Docs. But this is, again, what I was talking about earlier, about taking, like, obviously too many clients if he just, you know, fucking up on all ends. So, being at war with the Gear production team from Studio Cell and broken NDAs. So, the way he words this, right? Being at war with the Gear production team from Studio Cell, like, does that mean he was at war with his own people working on Geary's stuff, or was he at war with Geary's end of the team, right? And broken NDAs, who broke them? Was it her or was it your team that caused massive client distrust with the Geary project? Like, this fucking sentence, right? First of all, it's a run-on sentence. Second of all, I'd been at war with the Geary production team from Studio Cell and broken NDAs that caused massive client distrust with the Geary project. And he said, she said, wars that broke out due to company issues for Studio Cell and related projects. What does that mean? I don't know what... Like, bro, make yourself clear, please. This is so fucking hard to interpret. ConnectTV was not affected and not billed within Studio Cell. All ConnectVT funds were with a separate bank from PayPal due to switching to Melio with the client as requested at a holding balance. Mercury was the holding bank and the primary bank account are used to separate project budgets. Apparently, I think Bao blocked him. It's a lot of text, and I'm not entirely sure what it was saying. I'm not like... I don't know if Geary's team broke NDAs, which wouldn't make sense because it's the project for her, so, like... I can't imagine she was under an NDA because it's her shit. So I imagine that means that the Studio Cell team broke an NDA, which caused distrust with Geary. And then so Geary had an issue with Studio Cell and related project, which means Bao probably dropped out as well. I'm thinking that's how I'm interpreting it. I'll catch you later, fun. Studio Cell had fallen apart. A lot of money was spent over the Onigiri production period that did not meet the expectations of the client. It was not a showpiece for the studio in the state it was in. Previous members of my studio reached out to clients expressing they had not been paid, which is untrue, violating NDAs and breaching agreements between them and the studio, which is currently in legal dispute. So, hey Fif, how you going? Fif, how do I pronounce it? Hey Kings, what dumb shit has happened so far? Legal, well, you know, we're on page fucking whatever of a Google Doc. You know, this is stuff is going on. You know, it's a good day when you're like page 20 of a Google Doc. So, it looks like there was like infighting, like members of the studio reached out to clients, which broke NDA with the clients, which means the studio had to then go after its own like employees, which is never good. Is that a bot? That would make sense if it was a bot. Who's a bot? Are you a bot? I just assume 90% of my viewers are bots anyway. I just say hi to everyone that comes in. You could come in with a name like XY9372Z and I'd still say hi to you. It'd just be like that, you know? Bot gang. Represent. If your name is Beep Boop. I'm a bot, but hi. Dang. So many of you guys are bots. Micro, I know you're a bot. Bot deactivated, goodbye. Yeah, the viewership number just drops to like 2. Like, ah, fuck. I lost some of my bots. I should have called you guys bots as your fan name. The people calling Pen Penumbra might actually be bots. Probably just because they complimented me. Nobody compliments me, let's be honest. That's a red flag. You never know. I could be someone's type. Angry Scottish person. Somebody's got that fetish set out there somewhere, probably. With a disease I'm currently fighting, the business collapsing, and the failures of my own not delivering a stable product, clients and I being told that animators weren't paid outside of studio style projects, and stuff from my history, oh, Jesus, fuck. Okay, I think I forgot about this part. Someone say donuts. Hey, Billy Donuts, how you going? Like, mental health. So shit like this is always hard, right? Shit like this is very hard, right? Because to a certain extent it is important because mental health can sneak up on anyone, but at the same time when you're like being called to like the stand for shit and it does feel like, you know, pining for sympathy and whatnot, but it is also hard because you don't want to, you know, ignore people. It's very difficult. You're very tall and not ugly. Thank you. Oh wait, no, you're definitely a bot. Not the Kevin Spacey defense. It's just weird. Like, mental health can suck sometimes, and everyone's entitled to the help you need, but your mental health is also kind of your responsibility, and if it impacts other people, you can't just use it as like an Uno reverse card. And he seems to admit that, but then like, why bring it up? I cannot contact any client I was working with, and that is my fault and mine alone. I could not contact Bao, I could not defend myself from the animators I was separating from, as I'd already paid a significant amount of money for a separate production and still had me until, well, when I was released on March 22nd, under supervision and released on 24th completely, I had to begin communicating and working with customers in that time frame to ensure funds were returned appropriately and on time, while making sure current payments that were issued were not halted for work completed. This guy. Are you talking about me or him? Say there was negotiating is not true. I was ambushed by legal representation and an accountant I had been directly communicating with for Bao. I did not get our funds back to her appropriately within that first week of being out of the hospital. There's no excuse for that, but in the following weeks I maintained constant communication directly with Bao, gave access to my account to my legal representation, began attempting to work with Mercury, Bao, and Wise to start returning funds, which had become a hurdle unto its own, as Wise has its own limits per day. Okay, so he's using Wise, which is TransferWise, which is like a bank account thing. But I can confirm Wise's limits are not like that much, because I use Wise because it's good for transferring money internationally. So I transferred all like my money from Australia, and I remember like I transferred, how much did I transfer initially? I can't remember, but it was multiple. It's not like $100 or $200. It's like you can transfer several $1,000s at once without issue. So even if it is like, even if it was limited and it was hard, you could at least pay a little bit. Apparently, Bao only received $20 fucking. As of May 23rd, we have zero contact outside legal terms. Currently, I've turned over everything to the lawyer, including all attempted transactions, all wire, microtransactions, and more. It's taken an extremely long time to sort anything out, and yes, it is not great, but I remain in constant communication with Bao, maintain focused discussion with her at all times, including the phone communication. So then he goes on to salaries and the invoices and whatnot paid. So it's just, it's honestly, right, this whole thing is weird. Because it does look like he paid Sari back, but I'm not entirely sure because that wasn't the story that we got told. But overall, this whole thing is just weird. So yeah, Vienna requested a refund. And then she said, you can send me the files and the refund minus the price you paid for the files. Otherwise, just a refund. Let me know when it's going to be organized as soon as possible as preferred. So they sent 4 files, and both refunds have been clicked. So it's always hard. This is the problem with like talking about Google Docs written by one of the people involved, right? Which is that they're always going to present things from their perspective, which is always going to paint them in the most positive light. And you have to try and play the little game of deducing what the reality is from, you know, the screenshots and whatnot. Both refunds were processed within the same time frame, with one delayed a few days after my hospital release. On me, not her. All funds to date have been returned. Currently, I've turned over everything to the lawyer, and okay, he's already been over that. The convention thing was weird. I assume people were bringing it up because in case, you know, the convention was also a scam, and so they were just warning it, but whatever. Sorry, I used PayPal. Did they go through PayPal? I also hope that... I mean, it's not exactly a strange email. It just seems like a terribly run business. This whole thing is just weird. Check my DMs. Okay, hang on, thank you. Let's see Sari's little statement. I paid approximately $23,000 for my 2.0 lore video. He, on the other hand, will allocate $10,000 to the team from the provided funds. Incompetence and lack of professionalism displayed by this person resulted in the rest of the team not receiving their payments despite this setback. So I think this is what was being talked about with like, I think this is what was being talked about with regards to the animators breaking NDA and reaching out to clients to say they hadn't been paid. Where, like, it looks like maybe some of the animators reached out to Sari herself and said they hadn't been paid, so maybe that's why she paid the $8,000 herself. Script should note that the abysmal management of this project combined with the constant delays caused by this individual forced me to shoulder responsibilities of an art director for the animation video I paid for. I had to put an immense effort and make numerous sacrifices to make ends meet. To add insult to injury, he shamelessly utilised my work to promote his animation studio to other clients. Check my PayPal account again. Clarify, $3,800 was the last payment he asked from me. However, I refused and cancelled it since we already had sufficient funds to pay my team. I'm unsure why he needed more money when we had enough. Furthermore, I still haven't received my refund. He still owes me 13 grand, which, you know, this is several months on. Like, what did I miss? We're just talking about VTuber drama as per usual. Additionally, the current amount of money I've spent is $32,250. The reason for this is that I've already paid the artist animators so they can cover their expenses since they couldn't count on James to do it. So it looks like Sari not only paid James, not only did James ask for more money, but then Sari had to pay the animators herself for them to make ends meet. Which is just like, so for me, right, for me the big differences, right, the big, I guess, the big drawing line in the sand. I think everyone can agree, fucking incompetence is on display here. Like, holy shit. Everything else aside, this man should not only should he have not have managed these like big projects when he seems to not have the know-how or the ability to do so. He definitely shouldn't have taken on like fucking 7 of them at the same time. Like, it's no fucking wonder he was pulled in so many directions. Like, if you're already running late on a deadline, don't take up new clients. What the fuck? So yeah, he was definitely incompetent. I think the big like thing that people, or that I'm debating in my head is he just really, really, really bad at his job, or was he actually maliciously a scammer, right? Because I'm not entirely sure. From what I've heard, most people say that the big issue with him is that he doesn't take accountability. Which I guess this document does kind of prove to a certain extent. Many other statements made by Vtuber studio employees and other companies that will be addressed tomorrow. By the way, that never came out. They didn't drop that. That's not around anymore. Why pay beyond the original amount? I defaulted all payments and things started going south. It is, yeah, I don't know. I think because once you've invested an initial amount and you believe that the project is somewhat full, it's sort of like gambler's fallacy, right? Or, I don't know. I think Sari paid the animators maybe directly, and so didn't actually go through James, which means that she wasn't paying him; she was paying the animators. The sunk cost fallacy, maybe. This would include the allegations of spies by one person to now his freelance server, the network abuse allegations in NDA comments as well as direct statements. I know typically people do not break these up, but with the swamp of chats, Twitter captures, etc., I just wanted to be clear. So that didn't come. We don't have the second part. So this whole thing is very complicated. It's very hard. It's a bit outside of my wheelhouse. I'm not claiming to be an expert on it. I don't really know. However, here's some things that I do kind of know. To a certain extent, I trust VTubers. Although, I will say, one thing I think everybody needs to be careful of, and I'm saying this now in what I think is it's not clear cut, but I think generally people are siding with the VTubers, and rightly so, but I just want to make a statement on shit like this. I'm always very, very hesitant when people are bandwagoning to bandwagon on, because I've seen it happen before where a community or like a massive number of VTubers all like say, yeah, this guy's the worst, and then they shit on him, and then because you look at it and you look at like 5, 6, 7 VTubers that you know, and they're all saying terrible things about him, and so you go, well, they must be telling the truth, or they must have interpreted it right, and you jump on because of course you do, because you trust them, and then it turns out, you know, a month down the line, no, actually it's different, and then it can get silently swept under the rug. Now, do I think that's happening in this instance? No. A few reasons. I haven't interacted a lot, but I've interacted a little bit with a few of the VTubers in question. I trust their character, and I trust the character of the people that know them enough to believe that they wouldn't blatantly lie or anything like that, right? So I don't think this is a case of like them lying maliciously or trying to cover something up or misrepresenting the situation. I just wanted to put it out there that anytime you see a massive group of people who all are friends jumping on a sort of bandwagon of like, this guy's the worst, I tend to just like to just not doubt them, not be like, oh, they're fucking lying. Just like hit the brakes a little bit and like step back and like try and put aside your biases and then analyze it, right? So I usually don't say shit in this kind of stuff till later. Yeah, it is a lot easier to hold your tongue until until the actual truth comes out, and you can be like, oh yeah, I knew it all along. You can claim the credit without having any of the risk. From what I've seen so far, do I think this was blatant fucking incompetence? Yes, I do think this was incompetence. I think this guy took on way more than he could handle. I feel like even one of these clients is probably more than he could really handle. I feel like he should have started small and tried to work his way up and, you know, get one project out of the way, then go to the next one, then get to the next one. Instead, he just kept taking projects and then not fulfilling them. Like, being late on a deadline happens. Shit happens. You can't always account for everything. Sometimes life just kicks you in the dick. But when you're late for every fucking deadline you've ever been commissioned for, there's a problem. You know, so this is blatant incompetence at the very least, right? I don't think anyone would disagree. the way this actual document is written is sort of unclear. The thing I guess I'm hesitant to 100% jump on, right, is the scammer thing. And I know it's in the title. It's in the title because I couldn't think of anywhere how else to put it. That's what everyone else is calling it. So I just put it in there because like it seems to be what the kind of the going clickbait thumbnail title is or whatever. But I'm not entirely sure I'm sold on the scam thing. How does he not realize he's bitten off way more than he can chew? That is true. I'm not sure if this is a scam or if this is someone who bit off more than they can chew and is like trying to weasel out of it. Because there is a difference, right? There's a difference between going into something with the intent to scam, with the intent to rug pull and like not deliver and fuck people over, and getting yourself in a shit situation and trying to weasel your way out of it. Both are bad. Just to clarify, he doesn't come out of this looking good in any way, right? He fucked over multiple people close to their debut dates, put a lot of the pressure on them when he was paid a significant amount of money in order to do a fucking job and marketed himself as being capable of doing that job, right? This is 100% on him. It's just whether there's malice involved or not. Which is why I'm hesitant to jump on the like convention thing and the VTuber. So Bao brought up the fact that he was trying to be a VTuber and that he had a model and brought up the PNG and stuff. And was also bringing up shit like conventions. And then there was also stuff like this where so I genuinely hope anyone in the VTubing space affected by James can get their money back. I had the misfortune of having to deal with him as a convention planner for a local con that never saw past year one due to issues he was never clear on. I left being a AA director. Apparently this man is still trying to run said convention, so Louisiana, Texas, Florida, I think Arkansas convention goers and cons, please do not let this man in good faith table or vend at your events. Con or any business under James Wick should not be supported. Right. I think this is all fair. Basically calling him out on incompetence more than anything. And it seems he's been incompetent for a while. Everybody who's like talking about him says he doesn't like live up to what he's trying to do. And then due to his personal stresses and no solid second-year dates planned, I saw some weird shady business stuff with AA and vendor table deposits, refund Rex too, but assumed it wasn't much. This last bit seems weird. I'm gonna be honest. Along with him trying to offer me to hang out when he's got a wife and kids, shady. Like someone asking to hang out when you're working at a convention. Is that weird by default? It just seemed, I don't know. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like bandwagoning. I'm 100% for when people fuck up, like making sure they suffer the consequences of the fuck up. If someone's incompetent, you know, blame them for incompetence. If somebody is terrible at their job, blame them for being terrible at their job. I'm not a massive fan of like the modern trend of the moment someone's fucks up, you find just fucking anything and then you throw it at them and everyone's like, oh, well, I guess he's cheating on his wife as well. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. It feels like the moment someone goes under a little bit, people are just like, well, just fucking throw everything at him. Why not? So shit like that is always just a bit, especially when someone, like, I know, again, I said it earlier, like admitting to mental health problems in this doesn't absolve you of any, you know, I don't know. It doesn't absolve you of any guilt. However, I'm also hesitant to like be too brutal on someone who's admitted that the stress caused them to attempt suicide. It's not exactly, you know, you're still culpable for your actions, but I don't know if going after his wife and kids is the play. You know, it's when we work at grocery when you have that one manager to blame you for everything that goes wrong if you didn't. So, to be blatantly fucking clear, right? Blatantly fucking clear. He was in the wrong here. He fucked up. He's fucked up multiple times. And not only is he fucked up, he refuses to seem to learn from his fuck-ups. And he keeps just assuming he'll be fine and taking on jobs that he is entirely unprepared to take on and not being, like, capable of managing. Like, there's nothing wrong with one time biting off more than you can chew and fucking up, as long as you make reparations. That's important as well. Paying the money back, making sure everybody gets recompensed, making sure everything gets set back to zero within a reasonable time frame for people to move on, right? If you take a commission or something and you can't deliver on it, and you give them a refund within a reasonable amount of time, and you say, sorry, look, I fucked up. That happens. Sometimes you bite off more than you can chew. It's a thing, unfortunately. But to repeatedly miss a deadline, take a new one, miss a deadline, take a new one, and then not refund people, and then like not refund them for ages, and then claim you have refunded them, and then they're claiming you didn't refund them, so that looks weird, because now, are you lying, or like, is it wrong? You know, it's just hard to, you can't, he's in the wrong here, he fucked up. I'm just always hesitant about attributing malice to something that I could also attribute, you know, incompetence to. He could just be fucking bad at his job. But at a certain point, you have to throw in the towel and be like, look, I ain't built for this shit. I didn't do very well. This wasn't my best moment. And given this shit, people are talking about the con, like the conventions and how bad they are, it's like, you know, I feel like he's a bit too big for his boots, you know. Normal side of live TV model going to be present for you guys. I'm hoping to get one at some point. It probably won't be for a while though, just because why is my voice so weird? Oh, it's probably because I'm not drinking. Yeah, so I've still got a fair bit of my money tied up in like Australian bank accounts and stuff, and then my parents are actually moving here, not next week but the week after. Which, at that point, we can't have any more new streams. It's just going to be all Rocket League. I need to keep up the facade. I need to keep up the lie that I'm a Rocket League streamer, okay? So, actually, do you know what I need to do? I need to just give every VTuber a name that's like a Rocket League pro, and like have like a legend on the screen of like which name refers to which VTuber. That way we can talk about them without, you know, actually talking about them. My parents think I'm a Rocket League player and not a VTuber, and I'm very determined to keep it that way if I can at all help it. Because dear God. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I mean, there was something else. Oh, I guess we could go back to Bao's initial thing. So it's insane reading and knowing the amount of omitted information, blatant lies, and victim mentality it took to write all of this instead of paying any of us back. I think the best part of my section is how he screenshotted 1/100th of our DMs. We talked about that, and admitted how I routinely had to beg for my money to get any sort of response / proof while dealing with verbal abuse and tantrums. Not to mention all of the failed wire transfers and frozen tracking links. I've not seen a single sketch or work in progress to this date, and not a single person from his studio had even heard of me, and this was in March of this year. They were just as shocked as I was to hear that I was even a client. So again, it's hard to excuse that, if that's correct. And I trust Bao. I trust Bao enough to believe that she would be telling the truth about this. Like, I trust her character enough to, you know, believe that she wouldn't just fucking lie about this. If this is true, right? If he hadn't even fucking communicated to his employees that they were taking on Bao as a client, like, after he had received all the money, and after, you know, after talking in Discord about what they were doing, that's when you start edging more into scam territory. I'm still hesitant to attribute it to malice, but it is getting there. You're working your way up the ladder, man. Like, at that point you're like, and Giga was also here. He has never mentioned a refund to me directly. He has tried to contact me more recently, and every time I told him when I was available for the meeting, he did not ping me or call me at the times that he asked to. He makes my project sound like a few little stream alerts here, but the ideas on the table were more involved. Several short animations for use on stream. They were meant to be full studio quality aligned with the refs that we sent back and forth. Things that would require a whole team. He spent more time talking to me about other people or various ideas than he did putting effort into my project. Sent more messages to me about my poor health surgery when that time was supposed to be crunch time for the animators. Only ever saw one work in progress of a rough cut. So, yeah, like, this is a trend at this point, right? This is a pattern of apparently not getting works in progress, and honestly, looking at, it's already well past the point I'm comfortable attributing it to malice. I don't know. It's just, it's like a weird way to do malice, right? If your intent is to scam people, I feel like this high profile of a gig is weird. Although, I will say that if your intent was to scam people, getting the maximum number of high-paying clients in as quick as possible with similar deadlines and then pulling the rug on all of them at once is the way to go. Which, if it is malicious, would be the reason why he kept taking fucking clients after not delivering on any of his promises. Like... And it would explain why he never told any of his animators, because he never intended at all to, you know, talk to them. You can be both malicious and stupid at the same time. I know, it's... Could have started out with good intentions, realized he was mostly getting away with it. Did he just take his money and pay for his medical treatment so it's not incompetence or accident? Oh, overbiting of the apple. This is the debate. I don't think anybody's arguing that he's fucked up in one way or another. I think the big debate is, was it malice or was it, you know, incompetence? Based on this, though, based on the replies from other VTubers, it looks like this was either such a big case of incompetence that he's now trying to weasel his way out of with words, or he was fully intending on never completing it and he was just trying to do the rug pull. And... I don't know. It's hard to give him the benefit of the doubt seeing all this, right? I do like to give people the benefit of the doubt when I notice other people piling on one, you know, opinion, just because I don't, you know, we don't want a repeat of certain events that have happened where one person got piled on and hated by the community and then oopsie whoopsie, it wasn't quite as clear cut as that, there's another shade. But surely repeated incompetence is malice. No, there's a difference between someone biting off more than they can chew, being completely wrong for the job, basically lying and misleading people and promising more than he can deliver and then fucking them over because he couldn't deliver it. That is wrong. That is bad. But there's a difference between that and fully intending from the beginning to steal people's money and never deliver. Like, both are bad. One is direct, malicious, like, actively trying to scam people. And another is just being so incompetent and then trying to weasel your way out of the consequences of your incompetence and then ending up where you are. It's a slight difference, but it is important, I feel. But yeah, I don't know. He's the more replies I read, the more I reckon it's probably, there's a good to fair chance he was trying to scam them. I'm not entirely sure if he was trying to. It may not have been like an outright long-term scam. Maybe he was just trying to get, you know, initial down payments of money that he could invest somewhere else to try and get a, you know, it's a new company. Maybe he was trying to get a lot of money up front to try and make it big and was, you know, planning on delivering later, but without realizing people would, you know, actually want progress on the things they paid him for. I don't know. Either way, it's a fucking tragedy for everyone involved. Him, because he's going to get, one, he's going to get dragged over the coals. He's going to lose probably most of the money he's hoarded because, you know, chances are if it doesn't end, this goes to lawsuit. If it was one person, two people, maybe it wouldn't go to a lawsuit because it's not worth it monetarily wise. But with Bao, with the amount of money she's paying and all the other people combined, like, eventually, you're not keeping that money, my guy. It's not, you're not, there's no reality in which you manage to just fucking hold on to like 30, 40 grand of someone else's money for nothing. Right? But it also sucks for everyone else. Like, people had shit not delivered like a month before their debut. You know, people haven't made progress on things. Bao's had her songs leaked. People have had their assets, you know, fucked over. It's terrible for the clients. It's terrible for him. It's also terrible for him because he's never going to fucking work in this field and nobody's going to hire him because the moment they do, they'll look his name up and they'll see this and they'll be like, no thank you. If it's spent, well then that's why you go to a lawsuit and then you claim whatever he has to pay it back. It sucks. That's what I'm saying. It sucks. It's not a good situation and I'm not entirely sure what his plan was. There is a very common trend of people that are like, you see this with gamblers, you see this with a lot of people that are very desperate. When shit starts going wrong, they just fully commit and keep trying to make it work even though the best like the best. Like the moment shit started going wrong here, right? The best thing to do is to cut your losses, pay people back, take it on the chin, right, and move on. Problem is, you still have to pay your animators. If you commissioned animators, that's what this job is that he's doing. I just want to point that out, right? The job that he's doing is he's taking on liability for the animators hired in trade-off for a fee, right? Because normally if you commission someone and they, you know, don't pay you back, or they don't give you your commission, you don't have to pay them because they didn't deliver, right? But if he's keeping people like animators on hold and actually like doing long-term contracts with them, then he has to pay them money, which means if they don't deliver, he is now out of pocket. That's a risk, but the trade-off for that risk is then he gets paid money to do it. It's like a manager job. But it looks, I don't know, I feel like he might have just, either he's malicious and he was deliberately trying to scam them, or he started, I think Micro, like, did it, like, said it earlier. He's either malicious from the beginning, was entirely trying to scam them, and now he's trying to just excuse his way out of it. He actually intended to do his job, was woefully incompetent, and then didn't know what to do except to keep digging. It's like, you know when you're caught in a lie? You ever been caught in a lie? Like not a big lie, but like a minor one. And so, like the smart thing to do when you're caught lying is to just admit to it and be like, yeah, you know what, look, I was fucking lying. But nobody does. Anytime you're caught in a lie, your immediate response is to just keep fucking lying. Make the lie as dumb and unbelievable as possible, because looking like a moron is apparently better than just admitting that you were lying. So you keep going and you keep going until at a certain point your lie doesn't even make any fucking sense anymore, right? So there's that. He could have been in that kind of situation where everything started to fall apart and his solution was to just keep going and getting clients and acting like nothing is wrong. I do like being a Rocket League streamer. It's my true passion. The cool thing is the tournament, Mooney's tournament that I won for the stuff is really selling the lie, because you know, it looks like I won gamer gear from winning a tournament. Little did they know it was a Vtuber tournament. And then the alternative is that it started out as incompetence and then he directly, oh my god, my stomach, holy shit, calm down. And then he transitioned into a scam once it went past the point of no return. Like he realized that he was 100% not going to be able to deliver, so he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking try and take the money and bounce. I don't know what it is. Given the fact that animators didn't know they were being hired and weren't paid, and he seems to be somewhat lying about giving refunds. Again, he could still be in over his head. Maybe he doesn't have the money to pay back and he's trying to buy time to get it. Like maybe either he spent it or he invested it into the company or something and he literally doesn't have the money to pay back and now he's fucked. I'm not sure. Can you just tell your parents you're an entertainer something more accurate? Well, to be fair, I told them I was a Rocket League streamer, not a professional. Which is, they know I'm streaming, they know I'm making content, they just don't know it's about VTubers. Bro, even explaining Rocket League to them, it was like I was speaking a foreign language. They had no idea what I was on about. They didn't even know what streaming was, right? If I had to explain streaming on top of what the fuck a VTuber is, I'm pretty sure their heads would explode. I'd also probably be disowned. Anyway, this topic was cringe and annoying. It's bad for everyone involved. I'm surprised you even explained Rocket League. Like, it was easier than explaining VTubing, okay? Or streaming in general. At least they understood the basic premise of it, because it's just putting a ball in a net. Whatever. We can move on. Where does this fear come from? Anger response, shame, fear of ducks. They just wouldn't get it. Like, and I'd have to deal with, like, fucking very annoying questions about what the hell VTubers are. And also, there's a higher chance that they'd then find my fucking streams and shit, and then they'd be able to see the dumb shit I talk about. They should have a news headline for next week if your libel is up in your face. Yeah. My parents discover I'm a weeb. Okay, well, put it this way. I think I've said this before. My mum once looked at my laptop when I was 15, and it was like a Naruto wallpaper, and she was like, aren't you too old for that now? Haven't you grown past that? So take that. That was when I was 15. So take now, and it's with VTubers instead of like Naruto, which is a fairly normie anime, I'm getting disowned. It's not the kind of conversation you want to have with an adult. Or anyone, really. Trying to explain VTubers to anyone not already in the know is very strange. It's a very weird situation to be in. Do it at 300k. Is that going to be one of my... Is that going to be one of my fucking subscriber milestones? Is that I have to tell my parents what I do? Or try and explain it to them? Do a collab with my mom? I am an adult. I know. Who thought that was a good idea? Anyway, what else was there? Ugh, yeah, parents aren't... It makes me wonder what like shit will be like when I'm old or older. Like when I'm like 50, 60, right? What is the weird thing that I won't get? Because like, you know how like VTubers are like something that... People that are like 60, outside of the very few that like go out of their way to kind of interact with new cool shit. What is that going to be for us? Because I can't quite imagine anything like more surreal than VTubers, right? Like anything I can imagine, I can already like probably already exists. AI VTuber bots, we have that. We have an AI VTuber bot. It's called Neurosama. She pulls like several thousand viewers a stream. Hologram VTubers? Yeah, but that's not weird. That would just be cool to us. I'm talking about like something that we would look at and be like, dang, that's strange. I don't... Would my stomach shut up? God, it's so fucking needy. Like... I find Fortnite cringe already. Yeah, but it's not something that's like incomprehensible to you, right? Fortnite might be cringe, but you know what it is and you get the appeal. It's an FPS battle royale, right? Well, it's not FPS, it's not first person, but you know what I mean. Like, it's something you get, you just don't like it. I'm talking more about like how a lot of old people probably can't even comprehend of what a VTuber is or how it works, you know? Custom full-length movies that you can self-insert your own OCs in real time. But that doesn't seem absurd to me. I see the appeal. Those fucking Your Name. Do you guys ever stumbled across Your Name fanfic? Not like the anime Your Name, like fanfics that substitute the character name with Y/N. Have you not seen that? Yeah, I know it's like we can't imagine it because if we could imagine it, it wouldn't be the thing that we couldn't imagine. I get that, but it's interesting to think about. I'm excited. It is very strange, but it's also kind of funny. You'll go back to flesh tubers. Oh no. It'd have to be like a form of entertainment that's so like weird that we can't even think about it, you know? Maybe some wild shit like you get to inhabit someone else's brain instead of your own. So like they're doing shit and you can like beam your consciousness into their body and like come along for the ride is like the ultimate form of like IRL streaming. So like you don't even need to do things anymore. You don't need to like go outside. You don't need to experience food. You can just take someone else's experiences and live through that. So like you don't even play video games anymore, you just like beam yourself into someone else's head that is playing a video game and come along for the ride. That might be it. Although at that point, humanity will have probably fucking murdered itself, so. Captain Pilkington. Let's be honest, most of this tech that we imagine about, we're not getting to. Humanity's going to wipe itself out before we get there. Let's just be 100% honest with ourselves. There's no chance we get to that level of tech. We're all gonna fucking die before that. I do not trust humans enough to get us there. What's next? Oh, Conquest. Be a little optimistic. That is me being optimistic. The fact that we've survived this far is me being optimistic. But yeah, Conquest, if you don't know. let me just find it really quick. It's in my bookmarks again. There's probably a movie or show about a lot of these. So this is Cody. He's a member of TVS, which is Falsey's like news channel. And apparently, so this is Conquest. They let far too many people in. Like far too many. There's like way too many people. The shit was overcrowded. People were queuing for hours. Couldn't even get inside. Like the merch line for any Vtuber or anyone was sold like just. You had to wait for hours and hours in order to get anywhere. To the point where I think at a certain point it becomes a health hazard, doesn't it? And then apparently they said that they were going to keep it open for longer, which means that the people that were working have to then work longer for no reason. And then they ended up closing it early anyway. So, conventions, man. I mean, to be fair, I can imagine how this would be hard to plan. That's a lot of people. But I feel like surely the play, right? I don't know why I always say the play. I act like I'm a fucking sports commentator. Surely the thing to do, right, is to not sell more tickets than the occupation limit of your wherever it is, right? Because not everyone is going to be there at the same time. Some people are going to be late, or some are going to leave early. Some are probably going to come in one day and not the other. So surely if you just limit the number of tickets you sell to the occupancy of your place, then you won't have, you know, this shit. So this was in the Philippines, which is... Where was it in the Philippines? I can't remember. But money. But our money, how are we going to make that back? Yeah, capitalism. So yeah, apparently this was fucked in a bunch of different ways. So I was kind of humorously watching all the tweets come in about people being very angry that everything was going wrong. There was these things though. This was interesting. Bao and Shoto both fucking auctioned off these like cutout things. So they did like an actual on Twitter auction, which I don't know. Twitter seems like a weird, like Twitter replies is the auction. I guess it does drive up interaction and whatnot, but so Uki bet $1,000 even though he's not there. My God, my stuff. Hello? Can you shut up? I think my stomach's angry at me again. So 14k. What did I end up going for? 40k, 90 minutes left. 14.5k. Like, so this is all like, I think this is Filipino money, which is what, PH something or other? What is the Filipino currency? PH something? PHP? Go get a sandwich? No. I will survive. Yeah, so like 15k PHP is about 215 quid. Which I feel like you could just contact the guy. You know the guy that does those printouts of like giant Calliope Mori? Just ask him. He'd probably send you one. But I guess it's signed, you know, it's signed by Shoto, the man himself. And holy fuck. My stomach is not happy with me. I need a new stomach. Can anyone want to trade stomachs really quick? Just give me it. Just let me have it, please. I have noodles here. I just haven't eaten them. I'm like chilling. I am hungry. I'm always fucking hungry. I hate that about my body. Right? Like, it's so fucking bullshit that we just have to keep eating all the time. Right? Have you ever been hungry and then you eat and then like 2 hours later your body's hungry again and you're like, you feel scammed because you're like, I just fucking ate. How are you hungry already? What the fuck are you doing? I don't have diabetes, no. I don't put on weight though, unfortunately. I have a liver issue. It's like a skill issue, but biological. So I don't put on any fat. My body fat percentage is like 5%. Which is
Penumbra, fuck you.
not healthy.
Your stomach would stop if you would eat or drink, damn it. Also H2O break.
Oh yeah, let me drink. Well, it's not H2O, it's Iron Brew. Sometimes I eat and literally get more hungry. It's like when you get so hungry that you don't know if you're hungry or you're sick. It's like you're not sure if it's nausea or hunger. Just don't eat. I don't know what Salty's calling horseshit on. Salty's always calling horseshit on something or other. Bao did one of these as well where she sold a cutout. So. And then sold this as well. It's all really cool art. Can I bid my house? People do be down bad for show. Wrong chat. Who are you? Let's play a game, chat. Let's play a mini game. I'm interrupting this new stream for a little mini game. Who was Salty shouting at? Don't tell me. I want to guess. Ina? No, you wouldn't shout horseshit in Ina's chat. That's blasphemy. Elia? No, probably not Elia. Killia? Could be Killia. Is Salty in here? Was it Killia? Did I detective that shit? Bruh, I'm built different. I'm so fucking smart. My brain is ginormous. I sorted through that shit. Call me fucking shit. Call me VTuber Sherlock. Salty's in all the chats. Like, Salty sits in I think about 6 different chats at once and is like he's like, you know in those hacker scenes in sci-fi films or spy films where they're like, I'm in, and they just fucking type? That's Salty. He just sits there in like a billion different chats. It's kind of funny. Be better with that head. Better be with that head. Yeah, there's a lot of brain cells in here. I mean, I can make myself small. What do we think? Hello. I'm up beside you guys now. Bet your brain would be even bigger if you ate food. That's so cringe though. Imagine eating. Ew. You starve, forehead. Don't say real size. Get rotated, idiot. Do I say alright. Fuck you guys. Look at the cutoffs. I should make this screen bigger. And then I can have full size penumbral. Hang on. Hang on, how do I do this? I can't do it. It doesn't work. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I need to do it this way. Ah. There we go. This is better. This is true size penumbral. This is me in my final form. Look at me. I'm beautiful. Lower accurate height. Exactly. Don't say this is what I look like under a microscope. I'm fucking big. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. I forget I can turn my eyes like off. Ooh, normal eye penumbra looks kind of strange. I know this is like what eyes actually look like, but like, it feels weird, right? It feels strange now. Penumbra only sees a bow tweet. I don't have heart eyes. I have moon eyes. I'm adorable. Bah. Bah. Blah. I don't know what I'm doing. I meant to be doing the news, but I'm kind of sidetracked with my own model now. It's so sad. It's so sad, bros. When you go on Twitter and you see your Oshi is collabing with a male, it's so sad, bros. Like this if you cry over Tim. Oh, I have a blush. I never use it because there's nothing that would make me blush because I'm a strong, independent man. Yeah, I forget I have my toggles. I have my ticked off. I can be ticked off and crying at the same time. What if my Yoshi is a male? I mean, it is Pride Month, so go off, King. Nah, we're back. It's like being mad at a 5-year-old. I'm not 5. I hate, but I also... Blushing Umbro is not my Yoshi. No blushing in my chat. Yeah, Lope literally just like landed in Canada and was immediately in a collab on her friend's PC, so she's probably busy doing shit. You should be happy. She's not here to fucking take over chat and call me short on loop for a while. What other news is there? Oh yeah, I just figured... Okay, I'm gonna give just a little, like... This isn't really news, but it's more of just like a quick warning. I'm obviously not going to show anything about it. Some of the... every time Megalovania plays, the first notes I'm like, Mega? Hello? Like, some of the art tags for certain VTubers in like Hololive and Niji, I think, and some indie ones as well. People are just like spamming gore in them for no reason. People just suck. I was going to include that in the short, but then I realized that because people suck, if I made it more known to more people would do it just because they like being cunts. So I decided to not do that. Yeah, they're spamming it with like gore pics and shit for no goddamn reason. So yeah, I didn't mention it in the short, even as a warning, just because I didn't want people to obviously emulate it for no goddamn reason. But just so you're aware, if you're browsing, you know, if you're browsing art tags for your Oshi or whatever, just be careful. I don't know why people are just assholes and like, yeah, I mean they're not like, it isn't like cat in a, I don't know if you guys were around for the, it was only a few weeks ago, the fucking cat in a blender thing. That was a fucked video. Everything else is, I'm so fucking desensitized to shit now, nothing really phases me, I'm gonna be honest. I've seen so much shit in my time on the internet, I don't really care anymore.
Fuck you.
DJ's Moon Man. Thanks for the stream.
Yo, Tony, thank you for the, not super chat, the tip, man. Juicies. Who says juicies anymore? The what and the what now? Do you not remember? Oh, it was Evan tweeted about it. It is what I said, right? Like someone was, it was like a tweet on Twitter or a video on Twitter that was going around. People were replying it to everything. It was just like, it was literally just a cat in a blender. And it was as bad as you probably think that video would be. Again, it didn't really fit. Like even that didn't fit. I've seen some shit. I used to play the Reddit 50/50 challenge. Is that still a thing? I imagine that got taken down because Reddit was like, no. Because there used to be like a subreddit called watching people die. Like there's variants now, like people fucking dying is like a meme one where people don't actually die but it looks like they did. Or there's watch people die inside, which is when they're internally dying. But watch people die was legit a subreddit which was just to watch people actually fucking die. Like legit. And then, oh yeah, iBlech is another one. And so what would happen is you'd go on the Reddit 50. I feel like I'm explaining the lost lore to, I know it's gone now, they got rid of it. But the Reddit 50/50, I feel like I'm explaining this to Zoomers. Every post on the Reddit would be a link, right? And the link had a 50/50 shot of either taking you to a nice thing or to a fucking horrifying thing. So it could take you to like a picture of puppies, or it could take you to a picture of dead puppies, right? And then this stream's getting demonetized at this point. And so you'd click it and it was like a weird Russian roulette. Traumatize yourself for fun because you're bored and you're had access to the internet from the age of 9, so you're fucked in the head. So yeah. Anyway, how do we get onto that fucking topic? Oh, the gore on the art tags, yeah. It was fun in a weird, twisted way. You saw some shit. But yeah, that's just a warning. What else? Oh yeah, Kson. Kson won the I'll bring up the thingy. The thingy Madoohicker, whatever it's called. This thing. Yeah, hang on, let me... Kson won the... this thing. So, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I've talked about this like 3 times at this point, and every time I was like, oh, she won, but she didn't win. And now she's actually won, and so what that means is she gets to be in... She was already in Like a Dragon Gaiden, I'm pretty sure. Like, that was... Getting into the finals got her that. But, now she also gets to be a guest feature in Like a Dragon 8. Which is pretty cool, because she's a big fan of the series. Also, you know, 1 million yen, which is like 10 grand-ish. Not bad. She does fit the vibe. It's actually one thing I liked about her previous model was that it looked very similar to her. Yeah, it's like 7 grand US. I always just divide by 100. It gets you roughly close enough. Is that the real Muhammad Ali? I think I've seen me before. You might have. I don't know. Yeah, it's about divide by 100. It's roughly that. So that was cool. Good for her. Congratulations. Is there anything? Oh, Wactor. We have some small Wactor news, everybody. I am that Scottish VTuber. That's me. I think there are other Scottish VTubers. We should do I should find other Scottish VTubers to collab with. Because... oh, it's just... I'm so fucking sad Rifa graduated, man. I'm so fucking sad. Pop into the algorithm again. Find out somebody. Thanks, Mohammed. I appreciate it. No, Katie's, I think she's English. I think Katie has like a London accent. I'm not entirely sure though. It's actually a huge deal for Raptor. It is a huge deal, but it's not like huge news, right? Like not a lot happened, so... let me just bring it up really quick. So, Wactor... if you remember when we talked about it a few weeks ago, Wactor basically had kind of lost track of like quite a few of its talents. Just... hello? Excuse me? Is Mage-chan dead? Wait, hang on. Hold up, boys. Hang on. Hang on. Hold the phone. Hold the fuck up. It's me. I'm the fuck up. Hold me. No, because Hizuki Miyu tweeted... I looked at the tweet earlier. Where's her Twitter? Her Twitter must still be up. Yeah, her Twitter's still up. Where the fuck is Mage-chan? Okay, so... like, this is what I was going to talk about, is this, basically. She tweeted out that she's going on an indefinite hiatus, which basically means she's probably retired, right? Is what I was going to talk about. This is, like, one of Wactor's, like, last... it's one of their last, like, things, right? The last one... one of the last VTubers. I mean, I can bring this up here, right? They have... if you look, right? They had, like, hardly any people left. So they had her, they have, I think she's, I think they're all on hiatus. 4 of these, no, yeah. So with her gone, I think they have a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 talents maybe. And she was their founding member, Hizuki Miyu, right? And And then she's going. They say indefinite hiatus, but it's a leaving. There's an English translation of it that I don't know where. I don't know where it is. Is it in the quote tweets? Does anyone have a link to the translated message? No, the rumors were about Leah, if I remember correctly, who left ages ago for mental health reasons. Oh yeah, I do need to add the missing emotes, you're right. I don't know where the translated message is. Anyway, so that was what I was going to talk about, but I passed it. Did I actually? Am I a fucking idiot? What's wrong with me? Indefinite hiatus set for June 30. YouTube memberships will end the same date. YouTube, Bilibili, Twitter accounts will stay. The rest of our socials will be removed. I say date. Last stream was on June 25th. So, it's kind of wild. But yeah, the maid-chan account, this is even bigger. So, on one hand, yeah, like, their founding member is gone, which is fucking huge, right? It is probably more of a graduation than a hiatus, right? Like, I doubt she's coming back. I highly, highly doubt it. I'd be very surprised. Chances are she wants to quit, but there's some contractual bullshit that she can't. So, why is OnlyFans trending? Let's not click on that. Yeah, I know that's not by definition an indefinite hiatus, but that's the word that they used.
Hey guys, I have great news. I just signed a contract with this really cool company. It is called Wactor.
No.
11 granola.
I need that fucking image of Walter White in the car screaming. Every time a new Wactor talent debuts, I just need that. But yeah, so they have the founding members is gone. They have like 4 people left. I think one of them is like the new debut. What was her name? I can't remember what her name was. She debuted a few weeks ago. Isn't even on here yet. They have like 4 people left. This is why I'm hesitant to make the Wactor video, because I know the moment I do, some new shit will happen. But fucking Maid-chan is dead. Someone call the crabs. Maid-chan is dead. I wonder, did it get deleted? Are they rebranding? Are they changing account to try and dodge the hate? I mean, Hunter x Hunter is still on an indefinite hiatus. Or was this entire company a rug pull scheme? This is how you do it, James. God, get it right. Their new talent posted a video. But... I'm trying to see if they followed anyone new that might be the new manager or whatever, if they're trying to change, but... Where the fuck did she go? Check Discord, I found it. Right. They changed the name. It's at Wactor_Vtuber. You're blocked. Falter is blocked. Ah. So they changed their handle and their name. That's how I knew. I'm not blocked. Go me. So it's still there. They've just changed their... Why would you change... I guess they don't want to be Maid-chan anymore. It was kind of weird that they're essentially their company Twitter page was Maid-chan. That was kind of strange. Although, I'm surprised they're still associating with Wactor. I thought they'd have tried to change it to like some other random bullshit. So unfortunately, Wactor is still here. Soon. Soon we will. Although, I'm curious, that means that I guess Maid-chan, the concept of Maid-chan is gone. Sebi's probably following because he wants to keep up with the news. I refuse to follow out of spite. Social media... Oh my god, imagine unironically putting social media influencer as your category. Yeah, that's the most cringe thing they've done so far. I'm an influencer. I influence people. If you make the Vector video, maybe they'll finally die and it'll probably be best for everyone. I'm scared, because I have a timeline, but I'm scared that the moment I make the video, they're going to die and I'm going to be like, right, well, fuck, I need to redo the video. I guess I could put it in the comments. But yeah, so Maid-chan is dead. This is a new one, the new talent, Anya. They get a surprising amount of engage. I'm surprised people still like engage with Vector and not just hate engage. Like, I mean, if I translate this to English, roughly. Are they... Like, people are still, like, engaging with it, no issue. So people don't really care that much. Mei-chan is dead. Thank God. Long live the king. Geniales. I have no idea what any of this means, and Google is no longer translating. Google has failed me. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why people are still like engaging with this company. Remember the whole bot problem? The problem is I can't tell if they're bots because they're all in fucking Spanish. I guess they just want to support the talents, yeah, but I don't know. Well, that was a shame. I thought I thought Whacked had finally died. Yeah, what? There's like 5 people left, man. There's literally like... There is like 5 people left in the company. It's not even 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have any of these people streamed recently? Hang on. Are you missing? Are you alive?
皆さん、おはねむ、かんねむ。
When is the last time you streamed? You're alive. Okay, that's 1. Are you alive? You are alive. That's 2. Nice. So we're just doing a little check. You're alive. That's 3. So it looks like all these people are alive. Although I don't know who Okumura Anya is. Oh, that's a new one. That's a new one. They just don't have a link yet. Vtuber welfare check. Yeah, I feel like I'm checking in on my friend that I haven't seen in like a year. I'm just making sure they're still alive. So there's 5 talents still alive. 5 talents that are still streaming out of the fucking 30 odd that they've ever had in this fucking guy. So that's certainly interesting. I wish, like, people just need to stop like auditioning. Like, I get why, because it is like good, like I get it, I do. You know, it's guaranteed views and whatnot, like, although is it worth it? Like, I'm not trying to shit on people's, I'm not the type of person to be like, ah, my numbers are bigger than you, but like, you're basically selling your soul to fucking Satan for 2,000 subscribers, man. Look, I ain't trying to shit on numbers, man. I know that to a lot of people, 2,000 subscribers is like an unimaginable number. I get it. I've been there. Don't worry. I get it. I'm not trying to be a dick, but value yourself a little more, man. You're worth more. Your soul and your pride and your entire, like, well-being is worth more than 2.2k subs. Trust me. You can get higher than this with your own talent. You like, it is not worth selling your soul to Vector. I know that being a zero few indie blows. I get that people are desperate. I'm just saying, locking yourself into a contract like this with a dying company is probably not the play. I know that there's always going to be some people that are desperate enough to make it work that they'll basically do anything, but like, oh, come on. Not to shit, the talents aren't at fault, but like, stop fucking signing with Vector, please. Apply to stream for a month, cause some shit drama, and then graduate, but then they'd fucking sue you for 50 grand. I'd rather stream to the actual void. It's just sad, I think, ultimately. Her plans to jump ship, but the problem with Vector is it's not even like Niji. Like, Niji, you can pretty safely, if you get into Niji, you get the viewers, and then you fucking bail, and you keep a lot of the viewers, and like, job done. But with Wactor will come for your fucking kneecaps, you know? But maybe that's what they're going for, is get the views, then jump and get that boost. Because like it is a big boost. It is like, it's a pretty substantial boost to numbers immediately. But it's just unfortunate. Especially because I imagine Wactor's probably going to die within the next few months. I don't see Wactor living much longer than, you know, 2 or 3 months. I hope not, at least. No hate to the talents, obviously. I hope they do well, but fuck, man. You get monetization quicker? I guess, technically. What is it? It's 4K subs, and people always say you get monetization earlier, like it's of any fucking substance. Like, I don't think people realize that, like, getting monetization, like, you could use Stream Elements or Streamlabs, and if people want to donate to you, they can, right? Like, I see people do this as, like, new YouTubers a lot. They're like, oh man, I need to get 4K subs and, you know, 4,000 watch hours or whatever it is, right? And like, yeah, if you're pulling massive numbers, if you're like a new Idol member or a new Niji member, that's a big deal, because then you can actually start making money from your substantial viewer base. But if you're barely trickling over that number, like if you're getting like barely enough watch hours and barely enough, you know, subs, the money you make immediately after getting monetized isn't important anyway. Like, it's not anything to write home about. So like, why stress about it, you know? Ticking that box, getting over that threshold doesn't change anything. Not really. By the time you're getting enough viewers and enough like engagement to make any reasonable amount of money, you're well over the threshold for monetization anyway. So, but yeah, fucking Wactor. You to go to bed? I'll catch you later, Micro. We're probably almost close to wrapping up. What do we have? Mouse is doing your subathon. That's a little thing to note. You just push their own fan support stuff more than a streamer would push for tips. That is true. People do tend to favor like super chats and stuff because it's a big red button. People like big red buttons. They have a tendency for it. So yeah, you're right, but that's why I said it's a big deal for like niche talents and whatnot. But yeah, Mouse is doing your subathon. 100% of Mousie's merch like sales are going to the Immune Deficiency Foundation, the IDF, right? And when I looked it up, it came up with Israeli Defense Force, and I was very confused for a second. So it's 100% of donos, 100% of merch sales, and then like 50% of subs go towards that charity, which is pretty cool. Good for her. I did that. I did that. Ren Penrose did a cover. I don't know if you guys saw this. I didn't know Micro slapped. I did see Aether react to me. I saw it because he didn't raid me. He gave me a shout out on Twitch. So I was going over my Twitch analytics randomly and I saw it and I was like, what? And then I went to the stream and I saw him reacting to me. I called him a normie. He didn't appreciate it. I think I was spot on though. I stand by that statement. Yes, good old Ben. I can't play it because YouTube will immediately cuck me, but there it is. Enjoy to your heart's content. Pretty good. Pretty much a banger. I didn't know her voice could go that low, but it could. Yo, AG Wings, thank you for the super chat, man. I also enjoy big red buttons.
I also enjoy big red buttons.
I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with enjoying big red buttons. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Vesper had his... Vesper's cover was also fucking good. I don't know if you guys saw this. Vesper did his own song cover. His first one ever. It was awesome. It fitted him so well. It was such a good song choice. Here. Shinigami. Yeah, should go watch it if you haven't. Certified Hood classic. Then okay, so we have the I don't know if you guys saw the Kiara talked about it. You know the Outlast trials? I think Gura actually played it. Well, a bunch of the girls played it together. On Hololive, a bunch of the Hololive girls played it together. And if you don't know about Outlast, it's basically it has some nudity in it, some male nudity for once, you know, equal opportunity nudity.
Close, no smooth.
Can't.
You know, so we'll have to see some equality in our games. So they were playing it, and you know, oh no, penis. What are we gonna do? Our eyes, our virgin eyes. It's always so weird to me. I always find censorship so weird in Western culture. It's in every culture. Like, you can have like a game about like the most brutal, fucking horrific torture methods, right? Outlast has some of the most depraved shit ever in it. Don't you dare show a peepee though. Don't you fucking dare. Don't put the thing back where it came from, or so help me. It is so weird, right? Like, you can show someone's intestines getting ripped out through their asshole, but you better not show the asshole it got ripped out of, or that's a nudity. It's like, it is, well, it's not just American though, like Japanese stuff is the same. They censor nudity as well a lot. Yeah, and then people were like, well, what about Bay? And Bay's general jousting thing. Oh, and I think the funniest thing to me is that Bay is effectively jumped the shark of Hololive. That was the funniest thing. Like, Bay has done the open Pandora's box, right? She has gone to the highest level. She's jumped the shark. She's done the most depraved stream you can imagine. Which means now, anytime management is like, oh, you shouldn't play that game, they can be like, well, Bay played a game where some guy got the tip of his dick cut off by an ice skate, so I don't see what, you know, I don't see what's wrong with this one. Although from what I heard from what Kiara said, it was more of like an advisement thing of, hey, maybe don't play this game because we don't know what YouTube's policy will be like. But, I don't know. I think I really wish YouTube would just like shift shit like this, like the no nudity, onto YouTube Kids and just let normal YouTube just be YouTube and be like less of a dick about it. Like, just chill. Who cares? We're all adults here. Most of us are, actually. At least half of us are. And the half that aren't, they've seen worse. It's the internet. Come on, man. Who are you protecting? I know you're protecting your advertisers, really, because, you know, capitalism and whatnot. Hime from Hollow said they can't play Atlas Trials, it's banned from management. Oh. The way Kiara worded it, it came more across as like a suggestion. Bro, I would fucking hate it. Imagine if a game came out that you were excited for, but you couldn't play it because your manager was like, it's got a PP. Just play it on Twitch. Just stream it on Twitch. There you go. Problem solved. Niji, that's why Niji talents, I think, have Twitch accounts and shit. Yeah, YouTube is weird with their censorship. Okay, what else was there? The only thing left is the Kometa Vtubers. I don't know, I assume it was in the short. So if you remember a few weeks ago, I should have used the bookmark function. But you remember a few weeks ago, Elaine essentially graduated, and there was this whole thing where they were going to replace her actor, her behind the scenes whoever, with another person, but keep the model and everything, right? And then, so some Hollow members have Twitch accounts. I can't remember many of them streaming on it, but I guess they might at some point. Maybe Pecora did, I can't remember. And then they had this whole statement. So Kometa has had 3 talents, right? They had Elaine, Virgil, and what was it? Miria, that's one. So Elaine graduated a few weeks back in May 13th, and now the other 2 are graduating at the end of this month. Which means unless they get someone quick to fill the position of Elaine or some of the new members, the virtual live we produce, manage, and support Vtubers in the Philippines will have no Vtubers anywhere, which is kind of sad. Gura has a Twitch, doesn't have any streams, so they probably took it just so nobody else took their name. Miko does watch alongs pretty often. That is the one thing Twitch is good for. So it's unfortunate. It kind of seems like all their contracts maybe ran out at the same time again, and so both of them didn't renew, and then... I mean, they say this is decided after a lengthy discussion about non-renewal of contract that occurred late April, and findings on recent actions that have impeded production, which doesn't fucking mean anything. Like, I don't know. What does that mean? Like, deliberate or accidental actions? Who the fuck knows? My voice is going, man. My throat is so dry. Oh yeah, Kometa Virtual Live's talent management operations will still continue, but like you don't have any talents to manage. So like, what are you managing? They're probably trying to get new VTubers, get new people. Recent actions that impeded production is just blame shifting. Yeah, well, it doesn't explain much, is it? It's just well, and other things too, and also this shit. It's not really explanatory. They've both been publicly complaining about Elaine being recast. I guess it would be weird, right? If you were friends with someone and they had a model and a personality and then they just fucking replaced it. It's like a fucking Black Mirror episode. Your friend is just replaced with an identical copy that's completely different. Bars, are you okay, man? You've made like 5 typos in the last minute. The Kometa website link, kometa.ph. Kometa.ph. Ah. So what the fuck is Simcast? What the fuck is this? Hello? Why is that your link? What the fuck is Simcast? Why is it all like world? Why is it world news? Where the fuck is my Kometa? I'm so confused. Powered by Microsoft News. I guess the site's dead. Which means Kometa as a whole might be going under. Oof. Well, I guess we'll have to just wait and see. Cover a blahoy. I want to lay in bed and cuddle my broadband. Yo, same, man. Nothing makes me comfier than cuddling my gigabits per second, man. Oh, nothing quite as comfy. Don't let Rin know you pronounce blahoy like that. After Opera GX releases its VTuber, which company do you think will be next to do it? Ooh, it would need to be like a trendy company. I honestly could see fucking Wendy's doing it, but I don't think it would work very well. Who else? Oh my god. Oh, stretching my legs. Dear God. I feel like I could see Wendy's doing it, but I don't know how. It'd be like Tony the Tiger all over again. It'd be a funny meme for like 2 seconds and then people would stop caring. I think we can finish up. I think it's everything. We did that, 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 we did that. We've done all of them. We're done. Give yourself a round of applause. A round of applause? Round of applause. Okay. Niji drumming it this week? I don't know. When Niji goes quiet, I get a bit suspicious. I'm not entirely like, you know, I'm just like, Prouse. I'm just not sure how to feel about it. We can raid someone though, and forget about all our problems. Killia is playing Undertale. What else? Who else is live? I'm live, as always. I want to play no, I want to play Marvel. I want to play what would you call it? I want to play Diablo, but I don't have any friends that play Diablo. I need to talk to people and get friends. I think people in the community could do it. We could have like a little community clan or whatever you call it in that game, which could be fun. I reckon, do you want to raid Killia? We haven't raided Killia in a while. But yeah, I'll probably be playing Diablo next week. How about you finish your fucking tower on the Minecraft server? No. Yeah, well, Ellie's going for 15 hours and she's currently... How long is it? So she did a 7-hour stream and then she had a break. And then she's on this current stream, which has been going for 5.5 hours. So she's still got another 2.5 hours to go. Just finished your model? Hey, good job. Proud of you. You did it. Should do ASMR. I'm proud of you. You made me proud today. Good job. You're a good boy. I just speak to you like a dog. Who's your good boy? Who's a good boy? I was seeing that. I was thinking about that earlier because I saw Cinder's tweet. Cinder's ASMR channel was in like a viral tweet on one of those meme channels where it was like homies going through it and it was someone listening to her yandere ASMR. And I was thinking like, man, wonder if there's a market for me ASMR where I just call you a cunt and steal your kidneys. It's just I'm gonna do that for like 100k or something. I'll angry Scottish man ASMR calls you a cunt and steals your kidneys. God, I wish. I'll get myself an ASMR mic. Actually, fuck no, those things. Do you know how expensive those things are? Holy shit. Dear God, ASMR mics are bonkers. Angry Scotsman thinks you're an English cunt. Such angrily raving at you. Let's raid Killia. I like Undertale. I'm a big. Well, I wouldn't say I'm a big Undertale fan. I wouldn't put that on me. I wouldn't do that to myself. Oh, we got ad restricted. We're demonetized. I wonder what did it. Was it the cat in the blender or was it the talk of fucking suicide? Who knows? It could be fucking anything at this point. Let's raid Killia. Where is she? What's she doing? Unless she turned off raids, she might have done that. That's definitely a possibility. Nope, she didn't. YouTube is just being weird and not showing me the people I'm subscribed to. What is the next tier list? Wasn't it the chat one? The Vtubers versus chat? The Q100 is $1,000. I know, I could like upgrade the entirety of my PC for that. Like, fuck that. I should get a throne and put an ASMR mic on it just to see what you fuckers do. Oh. I have a throne, I just don't have it linked. I just don't, yeah, it ain't for me. We'll raid Killia, and then I will see you guys. I don't know when I'll see you guys. I'll see you at some point. You can't keep up with it. Well, no, but it recommends me random fucking kid streams. I don't know. Make a GoFundMe for my ASMR mic. I think the bot's dead. Unfortunate. Goodbye, bot. I knew you well. The bot is dead. Long live the bot. I don't know what run Killia is doing. I think she's doing a pacifist run. Yeah, I'll be the bot then. Fuck. What did I pay that bot for? No, I have to be the bot. Manual labor just isn't me. God, cringe. But yeah, go say hi. Be nice, you know. Be respectful. Hopefully she's not drunk again. And I'll catch you on Tuesday, probably. Bye-bye.